ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Muhammad Rasulullah, Ya Habib Allah. Ibrahim Khalilullah, Ismail Zabihullah, علم علي خلق الله، لا إله إلا الله. فنوح مع أهله واستوت على الجود، ما كان يقوله لا إله إلا الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Inshallah, for today's discussion, we will discuss about the Nikah Mut'ah. Currently, Nikah Mut'ah is a problem that currently happen today in our society due to the misunderstanding of the word that was mentioned in Al-Quran. There are some cases that happen because of the lack of knowledge of someone that trying to tafsir the Al-Quran without the reference from the scholar or the successor. Person that only practice this Mut'ah marriage is happen in Shia understanding. Shia scholars allow Shia followers to do Mut'ah marriage just to fulfill the requirements in their understanding. But for Sunni, it is forbidden for us to practice Nikah Mut'ah. Therefore, we had invited Brother Adli and Brother Izwan to represent the Sunni side, and also Brother Ashraf and Brother Aiman to represent the Shia side. So we start our discussion today from the Sunni representative, Brother Adli. You may proceed.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to Mr. President for welcoming us to our program today, and it's a pleasure to meet with you guys from Shia side. Alright. So I want to start the topic with Mut'ah marriage. As we all know, Mut'ah marriage is a currently evolving guys because mostly that practice this issue must be related to all of you. So if you really Muslim, you must know that Allah really prohibited us from doing this. So I want to know this issue that involved with our famous artist from Indonesia, which is Bella Luna. Why do you guys do it? Even if you really hold to tightly to the Quran.
Alright. Even though Mut'ah marriage is prohibited in Islam, our Imam said that we allowed to do Nikah Mut'ah and it is halal for us. So, we Shia want to spread the advantages of our understanding to all the Muslims in the world.
Really, I don't see any advantages because
you don't understand that.
I can hear me first, because to me it works because you only marry someone for a purpose, or you have a reason other than to bigger our Islamic society. Purpose of marriage is to spread number of Islam in our world today, because as you know, we can see Islam in Rohingya, Uyghur in China. They have been treated as they are tortured very, very bad. So that's why Allah taught Muslim today to marry as many as you want, but be fair to all of them. Next, my point is, if you practice the Mut'ah marriage, and then what if happen? What if the woman that you Mut'ah marriage pregnant? What will happen to children in the future? Does it affect their whole life?
Okay, I agree with your statement. Can we proceed to the next issue?
Now we move to the second issue, which is currently happening in Iran country. I just read it. Some leader in Iran allow their people to do the Mut'ah marriage, and they also support them fully. They also looking for a woman who willing to become one of the, or to become some of the contract for the Mut'ah marriage. And now I want to ask, why must your leader do this. Don't you know that Islam truly prohibited us from doing it? So it should be your leader also must stop you from doing it. And why must your leader encourage you to do it more and more?
As you know, Shia stayed in Iran for a long time ago. So our understanding, which is Shia understanding, spread around Iran, and all the leaders followed the majority of the people inside there. So that's why the leaders there practice our understanding, which is Shia understanding.
If you really practice what Islam teach you, you must be brave, because all Muslims doesn't practice it and they totally opposite your teaching. So your leader should follow what other Muslims leader do to their Muslimin in their country.
Alright, I think your point is true. So I have nothing to say anymore. And can we proceed to the next issue?
Mr. President, do you know that men in Iran prefer to have multiple wives, which is more than 4, where the woman would marry the man in a certain time, which also known as Nikah Mut'ah. They would like to pleasure themselves with the woman they marry. Mr. President, may I speak?
Yes, you may.
I strongly disagree with your statement, because the man you just mentioned just now is also a Shia like you. Hold your horses. For information, Iran is also an Islamic nation which follow the Sharia of Islam. However, why did the government approve this action? I have done my research about Iran background, and I found that majority of Iranian is a Shia. So it is possible that government insider also practice a Shia teaching. Yes, I agree with your statement. It is true that most Iranian is Shia, since they live in the early days. Therefore, I have nothing to say anymore. So, can we proceed to the next issue? Thanks for your consideration, Brother Aiman. Moving on to our next and last issue, I took this issue from Indian news, where there are major crackdown about Mut'ah marriage involving local Arab sheikh marrying local teenage girl.
Iraq police raided several guest houses and lounges and arrested 5 Oman and 3 Qatar nationals who were camping in the city to marry teenage girls. Police said brokers not only identify and keep the young girl ready for marriage, but also offer various packages.
What's wrong with the issue? Nabi Muhammad SAW married with Siti Aisyah when she was only 9 years old. That's a really young age for teenagers to marry. So, we must follow what Nabi does when such as marry the teenage girls. I'm sorry, but you forget one thing, brother Aiman. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad SAW married Siti Aisyah because Allah asked him to do so. But did you notice that Nabi SAW married Siti Aisyah because of his love towards Allah and Siti Aisyah, not because of sex desire? So you must marry someone because of your love towards your partner and Allah. While Arab sheikh that married with teenagers for a certain time just to fulfill their sex desire, just to make sex becomes halal. I'm speechless right now. Maybe it's true that I'm lack of knowledge about Islam and marriage. So, I want to thank you to Mr. President and Brother Izwan for this wonderful talk.
You're welcome, brother. So we end our discussion today with Tasbih Kafrah and Surah Wal-Nas. Alhamdulillah.
La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Muhammad Rasulullah, Ya Habib Allah, إبراهيم خليل الله، إسماعيل ذابح الله، على معلي خلق الله. لا إله إلا الله. ونوح مع أهله واستوت على الجود ما كان يقومه. لا إله إلا الله. الله